Very good morning to everyone. We're going to start Shakespeare's one of the best tragedies, Hamlet. At the very first, we will try to review some things else. Here we have seen that the relationship between the characters or among the characters, and we know that Macbeth is the protagonist. He is a tragic hero, and his wife, Lady Macbeth, they have the high ambition. For what reason? To get the highest position of Scotland. And they made a conspiracy against King Duncan. But before it, we know Macbeth was encountered by three witches. And these three witches make prophecy that Macbeth is going to be the next king of Scotland. At the same time, they also mention that Banquo will not be won't be the king of Scotland, but from his family, and series of kings will be. And this made Macbeth so desperate, and he writes to his wife, and finally they become successful, killing Duncan in a night. At the same time, to continue the power, they kill Banquo and some other as well, whom they think that they will be the threat for them in future, one by one. But second time we have seen that Macbeth make a mistake again, getting the prophecy from the three witches. Whenever three witches mentions that no human being who was born normally from the mother womb of a woman will not be able to kill Macbeth. At the same time, they mention that whenever the Birnam Wood will go where? Will move to the palace of Macbeth, then he will be killed. So it is quite impossible to to move someone else, or especially the Birnam Wood, to the palace. So as a result, after knowing this prophecy, Macbeth got up what? Macbeth became completely desperate and arrogant as well. At the same time, whenever he feels that this is the last time, what's happened? He was determined of what? To fight against his rivals. This is his success. Though he understands that this is the last stage, but what happened? He doesn't leave the place without any kinds of battle or war. This is his success and his bravery too. Okay? Today we are going to start something else, and actually these are the link of the last classes which I the very second or third classes which I have mentioned. If you go to the YouTube, you will get these three things: Globe Theatre Part 1, then types and elements of drama we have discussed in the classroom. At the same time, Macbeth Part 1, in the Macbeth Part 1 we have discussed the characters or the relations of the among the characters, relationship among the characters. Okay, and today's lecture I will upload tonight or tomorrow, inshallah, and you will get the link as well. Anyway, act wise and scene wise we will try to complete. Today we will try to complete at least 2 acts, act 1 and 2. Scene 1, you have seen the very first images is nothing else but the existence or the appearance of 3 witches. Okay, So what's happened? Three witches plan their meeting with Macbeth. And if you see that, especially these images, you have seen that the environment is also very important to identify the activities of someone else. Three witches, they are not the well-wisher of the human being. They never come from what? To do something else good for the human being. It indicates the environment as well. You have seen that. It's a dark, it's a stormy, time. And you have seen the trees as well, without leaf, dry. This symbolizes something else. I mean, support, hardship as well, okay? And their appearance, you have seen that. This is also not the usual as well, or the welcoming. So very important lines are the dialogues of the three witches. These three witches at the same time utter these lines. This is the beginning of the drama. Okay? Where what they say? Fear is foul. Foul and foul is fear. Completely. What is fear? That is foul. What is foul? That is fear. What does it mean that? Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Some indication is given there. And that of what? However, through the fog and fill the air. What type of environment it is also mentioned through their words we have got that. That is of what? Fog and fill the air. So fear is foul, foul is fear. What does it mean that? It means of what? A conflict, a controversial things is awaiting for someone else or upcoming the characters. Another important dialogue we'll see. First we just say that what they have mentioned. When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain? You have seen that the environment. Very first act and scene 1, we have seen the what? The first which mentioned that what type of when they will meet again. So it indicates something else. The critic mentioned meet again. The word again, it should be analyzed. Either it indicates that the three witches may appear again in future, or what's happened? Again means what? They may have met Macbeth earlier. Anything can happen. Okay? It will be decided whenever we can go through the forward. So what's happened? The environment is in thunder, lightning, or in rain. Second, which is reply that when the hardly barley done. You have seen that actually these have no meaning. Hardly barley done. What does it mean that? But some ambiguous, obscure scenery they have created. When the battles lost and won. So two things you have seen that at the same time they have mentioned, especially the three witches mentions of what? The battles lost and win. I mean of what? Parallelly, both going on. Bad side and good side. Lost and win. Victorious and the what? Loss of your battle. Okay? So it has the impact. The first witches again reply, I come. Grey Malkin. Second witches, third cup calls. Third witches, Anon. These are their charms, okay? So, what's the Act 1, Scene 2? What we have seen that? I strain the tales of the heroic deeds of the Macbeth. King Duncan announces that Macbeth will be given title of the Dane of Cawdor. Before it, another things we must interpret here. Whenever they have arrived, in that time what's happened? Macbeth and Banquo are coming back from where? From the battlefield. Now they are victorious. They are thinking about their honor. And on the way, what? In such a condition which we have already mentioned, Three witches stop them. And three witches make the prophecy which we have already discussed. First of all, what? They have started praising whom? Macbeth. Same time, what mentioned that? The Reign of Cornwall and the King of Scotland. And they also what admires the activities of Banquo, but mentions that he will not be the King of Scotland. Rather, the next generations in a series, they will be the what? King of Scotland. Okay? So in the next time what's happened? So whenever Macbeth, as you know that Macbeth starts believing it, whereas Banquo rejects. He doesn't believe that. How is it possible? How is it possible? Because Duncan, our present king, he is still alive. At the same time, he has two adult and mature and intellectual, brave, but courageous sons, princes. Two princes. So how is it possible? It's quite impossible according to their constitution. That's why he doesn't believe it. And he also requests Macbeth not to believe it. Rather, Macbeth starts believing on it. As a result, what's happened? He is thinking much and much. But by this time in second scene, we have seen that what? A sergeant tells of the heroic deed. Sergeant means of what? It's a person, a messenger who comes with a message from where? From Duncan, King Duncan. What he says that Macbeth, you will be what? You will be the next king of Dana Cornwall. So you have seen, what is the interesting thing is that